Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Christina Poncher, and we are checking in from miles and miles away with the champ, Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo, I just want to check in with you and see how everything's going. Obviously, uh, crazy times that we're
Uh,
in, man. I mean, who would have ever thought?
Obviously, my Wi-Fi is shit right now, but overall, yeah, nah, like the quarantine, yeah, man, everything. We just staying indoors, especially for myself having asthma. Got to make sure that I don't catch this coronavirus. Um, it goes after the chest, for the lungs and everything.
Yeah.
Especially with me already, my lungs are not as strong as everyone else's. Even being an athlete and all, that could definitely it's in danger for me. So.
Well, yeah, I think getting out of New York City was a good idea. What about your wife? Is she still working? And, I know she's a flight attendant, and is she still, you know, doing that right now during this whole thing? Because I know a ton of flights are getting canceled just because there's no people traveling right now.
Yeah, no, she's off April, and I think she just submitted for May, June, and July
So she
on
gets to
that
be with
part.
you, and you guys are with her family in Arkansas, just kind of staying safe and out of harm's way for now.
Yeah, for right now, yeah, that was my intentions on doing. Just coming here to Arkansas. I knew New York was gonna get crazy,
Yeah.
and it did, and it is. It's getting worse by the day. Um, and over here it's not as bad.
Yeah, it's getting
Yeah, so.
crazy. It's getting crazy. Well, I'm glad you're staying safe. And I know it's a bummer. I mean, the good thing is, I mean, a lot of people still want to hear from you. You've been doing a lot of, live chats and staying kind of at the forefront, at least, of the boxing world while this whole thing is going on. And that's primarily because, I mean, even though it wasn't signed, till delivered, it was kind of understood that May 30th was looking as all signs ahead for you to fight Lomachenko at MSG. That's on hold, as is the rest of the boxing world right now. But is that still the fight that when all this resumes that you're gonna, want to take and make happen?
Yeah, absolutely. You know that. I mean,
Well,
that's
I
what my
also know
father
you want to
always
go to
wanted.
140 soon, so that's why I'm asking. These months are not helping you cut that weight down.
Not one bit. No, absolutely. I know I'm getting over here, over
So
there.
much, so much.
It's tough, but that's what we're trying to. We're trying to stay on that and make that fight happen, and then move up to 140. You
Right
know what
after.
I mean? And then yeah, right after the Loma fight, move up to 140. But my last fight, Richard Comey, I made 135 very smooth and very easy. But I was with 9 hard weeks of camp. So I think if we do something like that in the works, you never know. I might stay a little longer.
If and when this fight gets made with Vasily Lomachenko, how do you see it playing out?
I see it being obviously the most entertaining fight, most anticipating fight of the year for sure. I believe a lot of people are going to be at the edge of their seat, for watching this fight. Um, Overall, I feel like it's going to be not a quick night, but it's going to be a good middle type of fight where it's not going to go all the way. It's not going to go 12 rounds.
How
Reason
do
why I don't
you
want it to be, I don't know, how do I see it? Uh, I don't see it being technical. Like it'll be technical at some points. It's going to be technical, and then at points it's just going to be pretty much just muscling him. You know what I mean? Being a bully, and then just going back and forth on that. See what he could chew on and what he can't chew on. So that's about it. I don't know. You want me? I don't know. Is there more to it? Am I
No,
not
you
getting it?
tell me. I mean, I
Am
think
I not get?
a lot of people are speculating. I mean, a lot of people have questions, and that's why it's such an intriguing fight. Like how can Loma's chin stand up to Teofimo's power? How can Teofimo deal with the footwork and the boxing ability of Loma? He hasn't faced anybody with that at this level. You know what I mean? Like, there's questions on both sides, and I think that's what makes it an intriguing fight.
No, I know it does, and I think people definitely need to. Once it comes out, once the fight is official, definitely buy your tickets and everything. It's gonna be one. It's gonna be one to watch.
Yeah, we have a question here. Actually, we had a ton of questions come in for the fans. We're kind of like filtering them through. What does being the first world champion of Honduran descent mean to you?
It means everything, honestly. Just for the fact that you bring light into a country that pretty much never seen it. They just come from poverty and everything. It's a third world country, I think, and I think it just influences all those. They could actually say that they have a champion, a world champion.
Yeah.
You have Nicaragua with Chocolatito, Alexis Arguello, list goes on and on.
Right.
You have Panama, which was with who I believe Roberto Duran. So stuff like that is just it's big.
ESPN replayed your world championship fight against Richard Comey. Did you watch it back on TV?
I wish I did.
Have you watched it back since?
Yeah, I have once.
Okay. What was your best memory from that fight that night? What sticks out to you the most?
I think honestly, going into that second round, my father had told me before that he was like, just go at him, like don't. He's scared. You can see it. He already done. He gonna come at you hard. Just be ready. And I think that when I came into the center of that ring in that second round, I think that was my best moment because I just saw how I looked at that moment. I was ready for anything. And for me, it just shows that I'm ready for whatever or whoever it is that throws anything at me. I got a big heart and big ass balls.
You said that just like your dad too. He's scared.
He's scared, yeah. So
like Pop.
Yeah, so I had to.
It wasn't when they said and the new. It wasn't when you said anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
I try to do the Kevin Garnett,
I knew exactly where that was coming from.
Anything's possible.
My thing was I was hoping SportsCenter was putting like Kevin Garnett and myself in between,
I told you. Teofimo boxer / producer / promoter.
Everything. I was trying. The other part, I gotta say, just that relief, when you pick up your hand, it's just the relief that all that weight, all that pressure, you know what I'm talking about. And just to actually know that within yourself that you are a world champion, but now it's stamped in the boxing world, and you're just like, but doesn't mean you got to slack off. Now is where you got to make it. You got to go harder.
That target. Another one here says, should you be able to get past Lomachenko later this year, would you have any interest in potentially staying at 135 if you had a fight with Devin Haney?
Devin Haney's not the real WBC world champion though, and then he's a research champion now, which makes me laugh. I mean, I could stay at 35, but what is the reason for it? It's just for bragging rights, he hasn't really faced anyone that I could say that okay, like we could make a good fight out of it. If we fight in Vegas because obviously he has a huge fan base out there in Vegas, and we can make it happen there. Even do it at the Allegiant Stadium. Stuff like that, but we got to make it bigger. Those are my type of goals, and these type of fighters that I see is like potentials that I can make easy money off of it. So let's just make it happen, but I just want to wait.
This one's from John. He said, a few years back, when you were about 15 years old, you used to train at Fight Club in Miami while I was managing the club. It's amazing to see you achieve your dreams. What's the best advice you could give to other young fighters who want to make the same dream come true?
I remember Fight Club. It was in Miami.
Yeah.
Me and my father used to go out there because we used to actually. I used to train. He used to be like my assistant coach, Carlos Gamboa, which is the father of Yuriokis Gamboa, and so I used to train out there sometimes here and there. For all the young ones, I would have to say just keep, no matter what people say or what they always, people always gonna talk. Use it as motivation and just keep going. It's very tough, you just gotta have faith. I mean, me and my father, we came into this without really knowing if we were or if we weren't going to do it, just by sticking by it and just keep pushing it and trying to just be different from everyone else. It'll definitely set you apart and catch everyone's eye. And you just take advantage of it. And once you're in that spotlight, don't lose it.
This one is from, I don't want to say the name wrong, Giluis. It looks like Gil Lewis. Says, which fight would potentially be more appealing to you? Gervonta Davis or Ryan Garcia?
Tank Davis.
You versus Tank?
Yeah. But then again, Ryan Garcia too. Ryan Garcia has a fan base. Not the skills, but he has a fan base like Oscar De La Hoya did. So that'll be good. You get all that fan base right there. Tank, You know, the problem with Tank is like he could be so much more than what he is, but he doesn't have the discipline
I know
at
where
all.
you're with that. Yeah.
Like that his discipline is shit. Like I mean, it's
And
literally
he's still
pure
winning,
shit.
though. And he's still winning.
And
Despite all that.
you know, but I like any fight though. I like to fight. That's my thing. I like to fight. I love to fight.
He's not going to give you a straight answer. He says
No,
both.
no, no. I gotta. Hold on. I would say Tank. Yeah.
Okay. What made you become a boxer, and what is the best part about the sport?
Honestly, I just my father used to train and he used to fight. Like he wanted to be a fighter, but he was already in his 30s, which was kind of late. You know, I used to be with him all the time as his son. He used to just take me everywhere. And that was back then. Even back in New York too. I used to go through Red Hook, Gleason's. He used to take me to all those gyms and Brooklyn and stuff. I was a baby, but I used to be around that. And then once we got to Florida, he went to this next gym, went to another gym. Long story short, I went. My father parked his. My father was a limousine driver. He parked as he was out, and then the head coach, was like, "Hey, put on some gloves." I was 6 years old, and by the time my father came back, I learned about like 2-3 combinations like that, and I just stuck with it. I just thought I was having fun with it. I ain't have nothing else to do really. I mean, I tried every other sport: taekwondo, soccer, basketball, but with boxing, I was good at it, so I kept it going.
And what's the best part? What's the best part about the sport?
Discipline. I think it's the best part is discipline, and boxing. It actually teaches. It makes you grow up quicker, makes you understand things better. You know, I think honestly, if you respect the sport, if you want to take advantage of the sport, then that's another difference. You know,
Yeah.
that then you're talking about something else. But if you respect the sport like I do, or you know, I think that's when everything kicks in. Like, hey, this could actually teach you. It makes you grow up faster. It makes you understand life, and realize that if you stick to this is actually going to not only just be something that you love to do, but pay the bills. And you got to realize, oh, hey, this is paying my bills. I can't F it up.
What weight do you think you can max out at in your career? How high do you see yourself going?
Well, we start right now at where I'm at.
You're like, today.
So the day max out day. I think the max I would go is anywhere from 154 to 160.
Really? Up to 160?
Yeah.
You like to eat, huh? No, just kidding.
I love to eat. Hell yeah.
Your wife is good.
My family, they call me Gordo for a reason.
I know that. I know that's right. So 160, huh? Wow.
Yeah, I know you wouldn't probably believe it, but yeah.
No.
My father was big and my grandfather was big. I may not have the height, but I could manage up probably to 160.
Yeah, I mean, Cotto wasn't the tallest, middleweight either, and he had some fights there. And Canelo's not really that tall either, so.
Or Floyd.
Lastly, before we kind of wrap this up, I remember after that fight, your world championship fight against Richard Comey, Bob whispered or said something to you in your ear, and everyone's like, "What did Bob say to him? What was Bob telling him?"
Well. Do
you remember what I'm talking about?
Everything was such a blur.
I know.
He said, "Listen to me. We're gonna make a lot of money. Don't fuck it up."
Oh.
I said, "I got you, Bob." I pat him in the back and said, "I got you, no worries."
So good. All right, Teofimo, we'll let you go.
All righty.
Really
Thank you so much.
You. Enjoyed the time with the Fan Bam. If you want to say anything to your fans, everybody, I know that they're disappointed. They're not going to see you. Anything you'd like to say to them and kind of upbring their spirits in this tough time?
Stay tuned. I think everyone, to all the fight fans, thank you guys for supporting us. Not only myself, but Crystina Poncher, and supporting everyone on there. Top ranked staff. Always got to give back to them, man. That's where it started. And just thinking about it is just really everyone stay indoors. That way we can make this fight happen sooner than later. This is all on you guys. And if you guys want to see us fight, you want to see sports come back, we need everyone to be indoors for the remainder of this time until it dies out, the coronavirus and everything. But you guys will definitely see us in the fall, maybe in the winter, but definitely see Teofimo and Loma fight this year, later this year. Yeah, cross fingers. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Stay indoors. Hey, love you all. Bye.
Thank you.